Hello everyone and welcome to another video where we analyze Japanese from video games. Now this game just had its 1.6 update. With that in mind, maybe a lot of people are jumping back into the game or starting up for the first time. So we're going to have a look at Japanese version of this game and see how good it is and some of the features that it has, and whether you should try learning Japanese from this game as well. So if we go down here, I already have it in Japanese, but if we go to English, this is how it looks, and so the menu changes as well. But we're going to do Nihongo, so we're going to go into Japanese here, so we can easily change that. And we can start from new, Hajime kara, start from new, or Suzuki kara, start or continue from a point, right? So we're going to do that so we can just jump in. One of the nice things about this game is that there are a lot of just in-context kanji. So what I mean by that is that, but here you can kind of just reason what you're looking at, right? So here we have the year, the day, and then the season. And we can see that for different files, it changes, right? This is a good comparison point. So we can see that 1st of spring, year 1, same kind of thing, just a little bit different. So this is the 2nd year. So year 2 on the 19th day. And then also for its winter right now. So Fuyu, so winter. And here's my ranch name. So we can see that I named it Lon Lon Ranch essentially. So we're going to jump into this one. Down. Now, starting just from this area alone, let's continue with that whole kind of like date pattern. So in the top here, if you're not already familiar with all the different days of the week, this game will get you up to snuff, I think. So that's a good kind of beginner-friendly Japanese introduction, right? And with that being said, there is stuff for more advanced learners, which we can get into a little bit of, but this is going to mostly just focus with kind of basic features of this game. So if we look at our calendar here, we can see that, again, very beginner stuff here, but if you haven't memorized all the kanji for the days of the week, then this will be your friend here. So you can see that it's on Friday, so Kinyobi, and it's on the 19th, like we saw on our save file here. And there's also different like festivals and people's birthdays and so forth. So we can see all the kanji for Tanjobi, or your birthday and so forth. Okay, I think that's all I wanted to talk about. The one thing that is kind of a downside is that you don't get the pronunciation. So you'll still have to, like, if you're not familiar with the pronunciation, the sayings of different kanji. So just keep that in mind as you go through. You will have to look those things up if you don't know them. Where is our wife? Here's our wife. Okay, she says, "Kyou wa Link," that's my child, Link. To, so that's with Link. So today with Link. Isho ni, together. Irareta. That's kind of interesting. So irareta is like passive past version of iru, which is to exist. So she's basically saying, were you able to together, isho ni, with Link to kyou wa. So were you able to be with Link today? Is how I would translate that. So that's kind of interesting. Okay, let's move on to one of the biggest attractions, in my opinion, for why you should play this game in Japanese. Now, if we look at our fridge here, we can see that we have so many good foods, some ingredients and so forth, and also our tool menu pops up as well, our inventory, and so forth. And so if we look at the different foods, we can learn their Japanese equivalent, right? So here, if we look at our mushroom, it is aka kinoko, so red mushroom. And we can also look at the category. Let's look at the one on the right, meron, so just a basic melon, meron. And we can see that underneath that, kudamono, in pink text there. So we know that it is a fruit. So kudamono is fruit. So it's just nice that we can see the different kind of categories, which is a nice, useful way of quickly learning some more Japanese. And making those connections, you might not think it's that important or that really beneficial, but it really is when it comes down to just rapidly increasing your vocabulary, and making those associations is really huge at remembering different things as well, or describing things, for example. So more words like that are useful. And then if we look at the bottom box area, where it shows like stamina, recovery, health, all that stuff, don't worry too much about that. But if we look at the descriptions for some of these, for example, if we look at our fishing rod over here, we see that it has a little description on the bottom box there. So let's look at that. So just reading, starting from the left to going to the right, Mizube de, so near the water. So Mizu, and that's taking that kanji hen, or in this case, you put them together, it's Mizube de, so near the water. Skatte, tsukatte, so use. So using near the water, or use near the water. Sakana o, fish. Tsurimasu, catch. So use this near the water to catch fish, essentially, is what it's saying. So one nice thing about all of these is that there are little like descriptors. And the nice thing about that is that you can, in addition to learning the name of the object, learn maybe some useful words to form sentences with those objects, for example. Obviously, tsukatte is very useful for different tools and for describing maybe using a fishing rod or practicing using a fishing rod. And then you would also probably need to know the word tsurimasu, which is catch, right? So knowing tsurimasu, that last kanji, that last word there, that last verb, is very important, right? So just a nice thing about this game that helps for everyday things. And we can see again on that top box, in that grayish text below the black text for the name of the object, it is dogu. So again, the category, so all of these are tools, dogu. So we're just gonna go on, and we're gonna actually check out our mailbox first. So if we look at our letter here, we're not gonna worry about the kind of the main contents of the letter, just how it's structured, which is another nice thing about this game. Again, that context, right? That's very useful. And one of the things that I like a lot about this game. So looking at how letters are kind of written in Japanese, we see that spider-san, so just that kind of respectful san attached to our name. And then this particle, this he particle, it's I guess that's the only way I can really say that without sounding strange. That just means two, spider-san. So that designates two in this case. And then this letter is from Mani. So I guess Manny in English. And so Mani says, or it's from Mani, and that Yori designates that. So that from Mani. Okay, and she gave us some nice little hay over here. So we'll go check out the inner workings of the town. While we're headed over there, though, I will just click on my diary, or my Nikki, for my diary there. And this is kind of an area that's more like advanced level Japanese, right? Just a lot of text, different kanji and things that don't have necessarily pictures and things to do with them, right? So this is gonna be your more kind of difficult stuff. That might take you a little bit of time to look over. But yeah, just something to keep in mind. There are big text spots like this where you might want to just translate it and not think too much about spending a lot of time on it at the start, or if you're very new to Japanese. But if you're more advanced, this is kind of stuff that should be nice practice for you. Okay, so if we continue now on to our town, one thing that I want to show you is down here, and that has to do with the signpostage right here. So one nice thing about this game is that a lot of different signs and so forth also get converted into the Japanese text, right? So here we see, whoops, here we see our text for inu, or dog. So we can see that that's there. And then also this bottom one here, we see that it's osake to oshokuji. So alcohol and food. So we know this place has alcohol and food. So that's very cool. And right now, it is locked and it is open from go-go to gozen. So 0 go-go, so that's just 12 in the afternoon, and then 12 a.m., right? So there you have it, everyone. That will be the end of this video as we come to a close here. And so overall, I think that this game is very good for learning Japanese, especially for picking up Japanese vocabulary and also practicing reading. Now, the one downside is that you don't have voiced dialogue, so you won't get any Japanese audio, but I think if you're looking for a game where you can just practice reading and learning new words, then this is the game for you. Especially since there are tons of different objects and items to collect, much like Animal Crossing, that can be very beneficial for increasing your vocabulary of some common items and also some not so common items. Until next time, goodbye everyone.